Hello, I'm Charlotte Francis. I'm a QC consultant at Sage VIP. I will be doing a presentation today on the enhancements to be found in our release to 4.3b. This presentation is a whole lot of bits and pieces. It's all the things that we have amended and updated that are not part of any of our other presentations. So we'll be jumping around a lot and just to cover all of those items. First of all, just to mention, our backup files will now contain in the comment field a reference to the system in which the backup was made. So in other words, if you made a backup out of a Premier system, there will be a letter P together with other information. In Classic, there will be a C. In Essentials, there will be an E. This is actually just to assist our support consultants so that when they restore your backup, they're able to restore it into the correct system, offering you better support at the end of the day. When we look at these other changes, we're going to be going to our screens to look at them. Our support help was added in release 4.2a. One of the main reasons for this feature is to help with the rebuild of companies if corruption has occurred in the software. The problem is when your company is corrupted, you cannot actually access the screen. So what we have done is we have made the screen available via your VIP directory. So if you were to go in with Windows Explorer, access your VIP directory, click on the support help file, and you will get the same screen and you are able to rebuild any corrupt files. The next button on your company selection screen that is new is the support info screen. This is an effort to provide users with valuable contact numbers, email addresses, for people and departments within VIP. The top section you will see is something that you can edit as a user, or the consultant setting up your system would have entered these details. So these fields are accessible. You would enter the name of the person that you would need to contact with their telephone number and email address. The bottom section concerns various divisions and departments within VIP with easy reference, telephone numbers, as well as email addresses. This screen can be printed out so that you can paste it somewhere for easy access. When we go to our company main menu, you will see that your client-specific site code is now contained in the top line. This is a very important number. Any correspondence with VIP will need a reference to this number. I'm currently in a Mozambique company. Mozambique companies, as well as Lesotho and Swaziland companies, have two new fields they have access to under customized descriptions. They are able to access the tax office and tax number fields and rename them to whatever they need for their specific purposes. On our employee address field, the postal addresses have been revamped to assist SARS in the RSA companies, but all tax countries across the board have had these changes implemented. The fields on these screens are, however, only mandatory in RSA tax countries. You will see that you have an option for a PO box, a private bag, and a street address for your postal address. PO box and private bag fields share the same fields, however, the street address has its own set of fields. A new feature on this screen is your care of for postal address, so please take note of that new feature. We are going to look at an employee screen that was converted with address details. Every effort has been taken to convert the details correctly, but it's the onus of the user to come and check these values, that they have in fact converted correctly. Under payroll definitions, if I were in another Africa tax country, for instance Kenya, I would be able to access the Africa rule linking screen, which can now be printed out for easy reference. That was not a feature up until now. On the same menu option payroll, if we go to global activation, if this company were to be set up for separate payslips, I would be able to globally freeze and unfreeze my payslips. This will now be recorded on the audit trail so that one can see who actioned the freeze and unfreeze of the separate payslip and when it was done. From your payroll menu, definitions, system description codes, both the job grade and category descriptions carry financial values on their descriptions. Now, these descriptions can be imported, but up until now, the financial values were not imported. And we have made this possible as from update 4.3b. So if we go from our main menu to our interfaces, import data, utility imports, and we were to select our import descriptions, you would have chosen payroll and HRM descriptions, and it is in this file that your job grade and category codes exist for import purposes. Please go to the import guidelines document. All the details are contained in this document concerning the amendment of your file to include these financial values. Once you have imported the file, you will be getting a "Do you want to recalculate" screen message. Please say yes. Remember, these values have an impact on the financial values on your payslip. So if you do not say yes for the recalculation, it won't actually have an effect on the payslips. The last feature that we're going to look at in this section is under interfaces, your Flexi financial information. It is now possible to export the tax value, your employee and company UIF contributions, as well as your SDL value. It cannot be imported. These values are determined automatically by the system, but these values can now be exported via your Flexi financial information screen. That's all for this section. Happy processing.